Time now for that morning rush.
We start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Nothing in the way of rain or snow today. We're going to stick with sunshine from state line to state line. But as we transition into tomorrow and mainly tomorrow night into Wednesday, next big storm system likely to bring in some low elevation rain and high mountain snow to northern, western and central New Mexico. Crystal?
Thank you so much, Kristen. Would you start with that breaking news out of Carlsbad, where officials say there will be an increased police presence at the high school this morning. This after receiving a threat of violence towards Carlsbad High on social media Sunday night.
Carlsbad Municipal School District Superintendent Dr. Greg Rodriguez put out a statement saying, quote, police were immediately notified and at this time they do not believe the threat to be viable. However, the district is still taking extra precautions. Carlsbad PD says they will be releasing more information later today.
On to other news happening right now. Students at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida, they're getting ready to return to school this Wednesday. Yesterday, they walked into the school for the first time since the Valentine's Day shooting that left 17 people dead. Those who walked back on campus were able to pick up book bags and other belongings that they left behind during the shooting. This taking place as lawmakers continue talks of gun control, who the president is meeting with today in the 5 Facts.
Along those lines, as the president calls for teachers to get trained to carry concealed weapons, the Albuquerque Teachers Federation is calling the idea ridiculous. The teachers union says they disagree with the president because of a lack of funding, and they also say New Mexico schools need more resources like technology, personnel, and textbooks. On
to new news this morning. More than a dozen brands are cutting ties with the NRA. You can see them on your TV screens right now. This does include companies ranging from Enterprise to Hertz. On Saturday, major airlines, Delta and United, withdrew their support. In a statement, the National Rifle Association called the decisions a shameful display of political and civic cowardice.
Happening today, investigators will likely continue combing through debris after a plane crash near the Colorado-Utah state line. Authorities say it went down Friday night. According to the family, pilot 64-year-old Bill Kopp, 28-year-old Clint Kopp, 28-year-old Tim Mueller, and 66-year-old Ron McKenzie all died. Family members also say the 4 were Canadian grain farmers heading to Albuquerque to check out a plane.
On to news happening this week as Santa Fe City wages rise. Several employees say their employer is not paying them correctly. The minimum wage in Santa Fe City limits will rise to $11.40 on Thursday. That's an increase of 31 cents this year. However, according to the New Mexican, Santa Fe saw 16 employees accuse an employer of paying less than the guaranteed wage last year. That's up from 14 complaints in 2014 and 12 the year before that.
Looking ahead, a federal judge will hear the case of a New Mexico police chief seeking damages for allegedly being wrongly terminated from a different agency. Just weeks after Nicholas Lamendola was hired as the police chief in Cuesta in 2015, he claims he was fired as a deputy from the Taos County Sheriff's Office. The lawsuit says Lamendola was terminated after repeatedly testing positive for steroids. He's calling it discrimination and says the steroids are for a medical condition.
On to new news this morning. 2 University of New Mexico regions will get to stay on the board for the remainder of the year on a temporary status, at least for now. According to the Journal, Regent Tom Clifford and Garrett Adcock, the board's student representative, received recess appointments this month from Governor Susana Martinez. Now, this is all because the Senate Rules Committee has not held confirmation hearings for any of Martinez's UNM Regent nominees.
Looking ahead, a well-known New Mexico political figure will soon oversee APD's Department of Justice reform. The mayor's office says James B. Lewis will serve as Albuquerque's senior advisor for public safety. The Democratic Roswell native has held office at the city, county, and state levels across New Mexico. Mayor Tim Keller says Lewis will work closely with APD brass and the DOJ Compliance Bureau to tackle crime and promote community policing.
On to new news this morning. The Weinstein Company Board of Directors says they are expecting to file for bankruptcy. This is all after last-ditch talks to sell the company that they fell through. Now disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein co-founded the company in 2005. He was fired last October after being accused of sexual assault and harassment by dozens of women.
Happening now, President Trump is dismissing a Democratic memo on FBI surveillance. On Twitter, the president calls it a political bust. The GOP version accuses the FBI of hiding Democratic ties to a dossier on Trump and Russia when they were trying to get a warrant to monitor Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. The Democratic memo claims the FBI did not rely only on the dossier. The memo says the FBI documented Page's alleged relationships with Russian spies and Russian officials during the 2016 campaign.
On to news. New overnight, we're learning North Korea is open to talks with the U.S. South Korea's presidential office says that the North's delegation to the Olympics agreed that there should be talks. In the meantime, though, the White House not ruling it out. The White House does say, though, they will see if it means they will take steps to getting rid of their missile program. They add until they do, talks will be a dead end. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index added 3, looking at cold temperatures in the 20s to start, but breezy conditions this afternoon. Winds out of the south-southwest reaching 10 to 20 miles per hour, but no rain or snow expected today, just sunshine overhead. Crystal.
On to new facts for you this morning. A study at Rush University found the foods that are shown to reduce the risk of stroke may also reduce the risk of depression by as much as 11%. The diet does include vegetables, fruit, and whole grains, as well as low-fat dairy products and cutting back on sugary foods.
New this morning, another company is getting in on the self-driving car business. That is Nissan. It's called Easy Ride. The program is being tested out in Japan. Car competitors, including General Motors, Volkswagen, and Toyota, already have self-driving vehicle programs.
Okay, here's an interesting new study for you on this Monday morning. It says the richer people get, the less happy they become. Once a household reaches an income of $105,000, any more money reduces satisfaction and the level of well-being. That study is published in the journal Nature Human Behavior. Kristen.
Time now for a check on traffic. No major crashes out there, but we already have quite a bit of volume. I-25 southbound as you near the Osuna exit there. We've got some construction narrowing the lane, so heads up, extra time needed in that area.
New news this morning, Albuquerque. Guess what? You're now named one of the best cities for women in the technology field. The study by Smart Asset ranked Albuquerque number 5. Washington, D.C. came in at number 1. The study says Albuquerque has the 5th lowest gender pay gap in the technology industry, stating on average women earn 96% of what their male counterparts do. The study also takes into consideration women's representation in the workforce and the percent growth in employment.
And South Korea has officially passed the torch to China. They will host the next Winter Games. Now you're taking a final look at the leaderboard this morning. Norway broke a Winter Games record for the most medals with 38. The U.S. previously held the record at 37. This year, the U.S. came in 4th with 23 medals, its lowest medal count in 20 years.
What was Norway doing this past year?
Tearing it up.
My goodness, they really were training hard.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, time for the 5 facts.
And number 5, a New Mexico deputy is hoping he will soon be the newest addition in the new Guinness World Record for giving the most hugs in 60 seconds. This week in Doña Ana County Sheriff's Deputy Jamar Cotton's hugging skills were put to the test. During halftime of the Aggies basketball game on Sunday, he attempted to give 110 hugs in a minute. Unofficially, Deputy Cotton beat that goal with 114 hugs. As Guinness World Record officials still need to confirm the tally, the previous record was 86 hugs set last October.
Wow, you squashed that record.
Yeah.
Number 4, now this morning some New Mexicans are still speaking out about a recent gun show held in Las Cruces. They say this type of event right now seems a bit insensitive. The Sunrise Lion Club held its semi-annual gun event yesterday. They were met by protests, though. Some saying they couldn't attend funerals in Parkland, Florida this week, so they decided to show their support by protesting the event, saying children are more important than guns. Now, some who did attend argued back, saying the only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. The event was planned months in advance.
At number 3, temperatures much warmer today compared to what we had over the weekend. Highs in the 50s and 60s for most. Breezy to windy conditions with high fire danger over the eastern plains. Breezy again tomorrow, but late tomorrow night into Wednesday. Lowland rain and high mountain snow moves in over the northern, western, and central portions of the state.
Coming in at number 2 this morning, the president and governors from several states will continue their talks about gun control. The president is offering up a number of suggestions like raising the age limit to buy certain weapons and arming teachers in classrooms. Now, the Albuquerque Teachers Federation is calling the idea of arming teachers, quote, ridiculous. Union officials say they disagree with the president because of a lack of funding and say New Mexico schools need more resources. They say they're ready to express their concerns to the PED if the state considers the idea.
On to number 1 now. A New Mexico woman is behind bars as one of her 3 children is fighting for their lives and another is dead. State police say Candace Jim was driving drunk near Bloomfield on Saturday when she crossed the center line, then overcorrected, Police say her Jeep rolled, killing her 6-year-old son. His twin sister is in critical condition this morning. Her 9-year-old was treated for minor injuries. Jim's mom tells News 13 she's been struggling with alcoholism after losing her husband late last year. If you want to see more on the story, go to our website. That's KRQE.com.